There's definitely a point in all of our lives where we would want to give up. It could be at your work, where you tried a lot of options to get a promotion, you could not. Or it could be at your business, where you tried a lot of way to be successful, but you hit the wall again and again. Or it could be at your studies, or it could be at your gym, where you're trying to lose your weight, trying to be physically fit, and at one point you want to give up because you're mentally not prepared or you're not capable. There's always a point where we want to give up. That is totally normal, and that's how our human brain is designed to. It always wants us to be in a comfort zone. But what is uncommon? What is something that makes the uncommon people to be uncommon? And how do we achieve that state of mentally being prepared even though when you're physically not prepared? So let's talk about that in detail. In this video we are going to review a book called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So David Goggins is a US author, and I will talk about the author and the book for the next couple of minutes, and then I will talk about 5 key takeaways of this book, which I feel is essential for anybody who has a bigger purpose in life. So talking about the book itself, a quick summary. This is a autobiography of David Goggins, a US Navy SEALs officer. David Goggins is raised up in a place where he is physically abused by his own father. He beats the hell out of him and goes on to the school where he is being bullied because he's the only black kid in the school. And he lives in a place in US where there's a lot of white supremacy, and that puts him in a place where he is insecure all the time, and he's not able to focus on his studies, or he doesn't have that kind of confidence to gel properly with the kids over there, and he's always been alone. He's always been the only kid, and at one point their family, the mom of his mom wants to separate from his dad, so both David Goggins and his mom moves out of his house, and they start their own life, which is very difficult. If you see anybody who gets divorced or who gets separated in the family, they're going to have a tough time. Similarly, David Goggins has gone through a lot of tough times early in his lifetime with his mom. And at the age of 17, he realized that he wants to get into Air Force, wants to become a military officer. He's been trying it for several years, but he's weighed about 300 pounds, which doesn't make him, or which makes him physically fit to get into Navy SEALs. But given all the situation where he's physically not fit, mentally not prepared, where he wants to give up, but he doesn't give up. He goes on to become one of the best Navy SEALs officer in the US, and also has achieved great achievements in athlete. He's the person who ran for more than 36 hours, 40 hours continuously, and has finished more than 60 plus ultra marathons, and also been called as one of the toughest or the fittest man in the America. And he's also achieved a Guinness World Record where he has done more than 4,000 plus pull-ups in 17 hours. So this goes on to become a lot of big achievements, and has also been a favorite speaker for a lot of people in US. You could Google and find his videos in YouTube. He has given a lot of amazing speeches that made him a favorite speaker of people in the US. And if you are a person who likes to listen to music while you're working out, you should listen to David Goggins. So David Goggins' life is a great example of how to be uncommon with the uncommon situations, which means you're put into physical torture, you're put into a lot of insecurities early in your life, but you still have big purposes in life. And how did he do it? And you could read this book like you're having a conversation with David Goggins. That's how I felt when I read the book. It is like having a casual conversation with the great personalities like David Goggins. So that's a quick summary of the book. You will really enjoy the book, I promise you. And now let's dive in detail about 5 key takeaways which I realized is really essential for anybody who has bigger purposes in life. And I'm going to rely on my notes. First is about being okay is normal. So what I mean by that, so the author is the only black kid, as I mentioned earlier, is the only black kid in the college, is the only black kid when he goes to the Navy SEALs. He was always been that only person wherever he goes. And he says that is okay. And he used that as a he saw that in a positive note, and he used it as an opportunity to show himself. And that is a big lesson for all of us. There could be a point in our life where we would feel that we are alone. You could be a gay or a lesbian, or you're fat or you're slim. You think that you're the only person in that particular room, and you want to be, just isolate yourself and be insecure. That is not good for you. You should accept the fact that it's okay to be the only person in any place you go, and that kinds of puts you in a place where you can shine more. So use that as an opportunity, and don't see that as a place where it's putting you on the spot. That's the first key takeaway. It's okay to be different. Second is using your pain as a fuel. So, as I told you earlier, the author David Goggins has been into a lot of physical torture by his own dad, and has also been going through a lot of mental pressure because he is separated from his family down the line, and he doesn't have any kind of formal not education. He's been into the school, but he is not able to study well because of all the mental pressure, because of all the problems in his home. He's not able to focus in his studies. So that puts him in a spot where he is not able to focus at all, whatever he does. So that gives him a lot of pain. And when he joins, he wants to become an army man. He goes on to the training. He's almost 300 pounds, which again puts him in a spot where he wants to reduce a lot of weight. And he's been going through a lot of pain. One of his knees got hurt very badly when he was recruited into the Navy SEALs. And that didn't stop him. He has gone through a lot of physical pains again and again, but that didn't stop him. And how did he do that? So what the author says is, how do you achieve that dream, or how do you achieve your purpose when you are physically not fit, when you are mentally not prepared? And he calls it a governor. All of us have a governor in our mind where it stops you at 40%. That is your human nature. It doesn't want you to get hurt. It doesn't want you to get out of that comfort zone beyond that 40%. And that's where we give up. And that's where all of us decide to throw in the towel. But that's not what you're supposed to do. And that is the point where you need to talk to yourself and say, what would happen? What if I try more? What if I try 60%? What if I try 80%? And that's how you need to prepare your mind. Even if you're physically not fit, you prepare your mind for yourself to do one more rep in your workout, to do one more round of cycling if you are a favorite, if you're a cyclist, or if you're a businessman, if you're lost at a particular a business with somebody. What if you try once again? What if you give one more shot? So that point where you want to give up, where your human mind says it's okay to quit, that is where you need to get back up and look at yourself and say, I am going to try one more time. And from 40%, your governor moves on to 60%. You reach 80 and 100%, and that is how you use the full capacity of your mind. So that's number 2. Always use your pain as a fuel for your passion. Third one is keep setting high standards in life. So a lot of us, when we achieve certain things in life, let's say if you get a promotion, you want to enjoy that promotion for next couple of years. You don't want to try something new, or you're happy with that. So that is not going to help you in a long run. Looking at David Goggins' story, he has become a Navy SEALs officer at one point, but he doesn't stop there. He goes on to run for marathons, and he goes on to run for ultra marathons, and he keeps achieving more and more achievements, even though when he is physically not fit. And at the age of 30, David Goggins has been diagnosed that he has a big hole in his heart, and until that point he was not aware that he has a hole in his heart. Think about it. A person who has a hole in his heart has been a Navy SEALs officer. He realized, I need to give more. I have a lot more inside me, and I need to show the world how you can still be more powerful when you're physically not fit, because you're mentally strong enough. Your mind is ready to give more, even though you're physically not ready. So that's another example. Once you set a high, once you reach a point, do not give it up there. Keep setting more standards. Let's say you become a director. See how you can become a senior director. Let's say you're doing a workout today, you do 100 rounds of reps, try for 110, 120 the next day. So what happens down the line is the more you keep pushing yourself, you come out of your comfort zone automatically. And that's what the author says. Always keep setting high standards in life. Fourth point is be disciplined and be prepared. So discipline is highly important when you have bigger goals in life. I remember the quote of Socrates, who says that an undisciplined life is a indisciplined life is an insane life. And that means when you have bigger purposes, when you have bigger dreams in life, you need to be really focused. You need to be really uh, disciplined to do the things over and over again. That can bore you, that can tire you out, but that is okay. You need to go on again and again and again. So be disciplined and be prepared. The fourth point why I brought it up here is during the whole book, author David Goggins has gone through a lot of setbacks. He is, as I told you earlier, at the age of 30, he had a hole in his heart, but that didn't stop him. He was prepared mentally. He still tried to run at least 1 mile a day because he doesn't want his brain to know that he's weak. And he kept saying this particular line throughout the book: I am not going to show my weakness. So when you're not showing your weakness, you're actually telling your mind to be ready subconsciously. And there is one point in David Goggins' life where his brother has lost his child, and the whole family is shattered. But David Goggins was there to support his brother. There has always been a setback in his life, and he didn't give up there. He keeps trying and pushing forward to the limits of his life. That's really important for all of us. When we want to achieve big things, we need to be prepared mentally, and we also need to be disciplined for things that we do. And final point that I want to talk to you about is journaling your thoughts. So I have told in a lot of previous videos that journaling is a great tool to increase your productivity, and it can also help you to boost your energy. It can also make you feel gratitude, make you feel grateful for what you're already having in life. So during this whole journey in this book, or in life of David Goggins has a method called AAR, where it is taught in the military's world, where they want to submit a report of what they do on a particular day. And that has actually helped him to journal his thoughts. And he says that the more and more he could describe his pain, and he gives words for his pain, that actually makes him feel good. Doesn't mean that you're happy. It actually makes you realize that your pain is going to subside eventually. So it happens. It's a great healing. The writing process is a healing process for you mentally. So journal your thoughts, write down your goals, write down your dreams, and also write down your pain. A lot of times we don't want to share our pain with everybody. It's okay to pen down your thoughts, and that way you heal yourself. So these are the 5 key takeaways that I realized is highly essential for anybody who has bigger dreams in life. Can't Hurt Me is an amazing book that I've read in the past, in the recent days, and I highly suggest for people who are trying to push through their limits. You're someone who has bigger dreams, or you're someone who is trying to achieve bigger purposes in life. Can't Hurt Me is the book for you. And some of the interesting facts about the book is at the end of each and every challenge, the chapter, the whole book has been called as a challenge. Each chapter is called as a challenge. So at the end of each chapter, author gives you a single page summary of what he is talking about, and also gives a hashtag in Instagram where you can post about your story. And I have searched in Instagram, there are a lot of interesting stories about people of their own life struggles. That is interesting to read. I'll show you one picture where the author actually had lost all his weight from 300 lobs or 300 pounds to become a man with a lot of shredding like this. Look at his body, man. This is not easy to achieve from 300 pounds. And it all happened because he had bigger dreams. He had the idea of not giving up and not showing weakness as well. So if you are someone who likes to read, I'll show this picture as well. This is his 300 lobs photo. Wow. The whole book has a lot of photos and it really feels like you're actually talking to the author itself. Highly, highly recommended book. Finally, who gifted me this book is David Goggins. Not at all. It was given to me by my best friend, a big fan of my videos. He is from Gujarat. This person is Jignal. Jignal is a eye doctor in Gujarat. Is a government doctor, and he suggested me this book, and he actually gifted me this book all the way from Gujarat. I am so happy for this, and I am really thankful for Jignal. And he has a point to share with all of you in this video. If you are someone who is looking for eye doctors, or if you're someone who is going to do some eye checkup, always go for trusted eye doctors. There are a lot of fake eye doctors, it seems, suggested by David Jignal. David Jignal, did I say David Jignal? I'm sorry. It is Jignal. Jignal has suggests that you need to visit a trusted eye doctor. That's all I have for you in this video. Thank you for sticking through, and have a good one. We'll see you. Bye for now.